Alright, welcome back to this. Where's my phone? I tell people that I'm live. I was doing car quest speedruns and I kept messing up the tutorial jump, so I decided that I would stop for a while. I was like 5 attempts deep and I had to take a break. Let me post this in the Death's Door Discord. And then in my Discord as well. Then we'll get into it. Right. Test door. So instead of going straight for the ice arena, I'm gonna go take out the silent servants. I know I was gonna save them until post game, but if you were here last time or saw the previous stream in any capacity, I think you'll understand that it's warranted that I do not do the ice arena right now. Because, Jesus Christ. Silent servants, that's where I'm going. I don't remember where the arrow one is. I think the arrow one is in the dungeon? In the spider dungeon area? I know exactly where most of them are, though. This is not how you get to any of them, though. Wow. Like that. I swear, I've played this game a lot. I should know where I'm going by now. It's so weird not collecting any of those souls. This run would be so much easier if I just, like, picked up some soul and used the main sword. It wouldn't be trivial by any means, but it'd be much easier. I'm gonna do fire, grapple, bomb, and then the arrow one. Or the bow and arrow one. You know what I mean? It's fine. I'm on like 12 hours of sleep for the past 3 days. My head hurts. Probably stop at the store and get some ibuprofen before I work tonight. I work tonight. In 12 hours, and then I gotta work for 10 hours, and then I wait for the bus. So, you know, good times. Oh, shoot. Okay, I completely forgot the moveset. I forgot to stop. No! I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna have to remember how to fight these guys. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a learning experience. Oh, come on. I feel like avoiding the fire orbs here is going to be the hardest part of this. Because he spawns 3 by the end of the fight. I think staying close to him is going to be the play. Hey Andy, how's it going? What? How did that hit me? What hit me? I don't even know what hit me that time. Good music though. Well, that was a much better attempt. I'm extremely tired, so consider yourself lucky. I was incapable of sleep. I really tried. I need to get a better schedule somehow, like a better work schedule. Get out of there. I'm gonna be a bit more careful here. Just weave in and out when I can. What? Why did it move like that? I was not ready for that at all. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up for the direct. Okay, come on. Though, I'm probably not gonna, like, stream it or anything. Oh, come on. Unless you want to watch it, in our friend Discord. Okay, well, come on now. What? Why did that hit me? Yes, it is at 2 p.m. But also I slept last night, which is partially the reason, like over the night. Only 6 hours, but my body just refuses to sleep. For whatever reason, because, you know, insomnia. Great times, tell you what. Never tried insomnia. Missing out. It's awful, I hate it. You know what? No, it's fine. Wait. Forgot which side I should be on. Take it out. Oh, come on, I forgot it does that. I forgot that I'm bad at the video game as well. Ah. That was a bad attempt. This is much harder than with spells and, like, decent damage. I got pretty good at this fight. With no roll. But now that I only have an umbrella and, like, no damage, this is rough. Oh. What? Why did that hit me? I don't understand that hitbox. Alright, careful. Didn't get hit by the fireball this time, so progress. This is much better. I'm scared of the third fireball, though. What? Why did that hit me? Okay, I think I understand how that works. I think if you're touching him at all while he's swinging like that, you're just gonna get hit. I need him to get away from the edge. Damn it. Wait, no, get away. No. That was close. That was really close. Oh wait, I wasn't looking at the screen. You can't just do that to me. Come on, game. I mean, I'm immediately doing better than last time, so we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. I'm gonna get out of there so that I don't get hit by that second fireball. I wonder, I think you can make him fall. I just don't know how to do it. I need to be on the other side of him. Oh, come on. Come on! Well, this attempt's basically dead. So that's my favorite thing. Oh, good. Good timing on that. Oh, I need to get him to stay near the middle, I think. I think that's going to be a big part of the strategy. Okay, we're good. What? Why did... I'm gonna take a drink of water. Much better. Alright. This is the one. I can taste it. The water's kind of stale, but, you know, it's fine. Water's water. Plenty of electrolytes. Oh. We're good. Yeah, water's pretty cool, especially when you have a plethora of other health problems on top of it, such as insomnia and depression. Okay, get out, get out, get out. And an unhealthy obsession with beating video games in ridiculous ways, and beating ridiculous video games like Quest. I need you to not do that right now and to come over here. I need to get out of that. Oh. This is so stressful. Oh, that's not the attack I was expecting. Why is that third fireball so close? What? It seems oddly close to him. Hey, Wub. I was not fast enough at reading to know what you said. Oh, come on. This isn't even a hard fight. I'm just doing bad. The bow silent servant's gonna be so difficult. I can see exactly why you got stuck on him. And this isn't even... What? 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 I'm pissed. Yeah, you just mash the attack button. You get out of it really quickly. It's pretty easy to get out of, actually. I believe there's a cap as to how quickly you can mash out of it. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it feels like. Granted, feel isn't a very good way to qualify anything, so take that with a grain of salt, but it does certainly feel like there's a cap to it. I just need to be more careful about this. Not like that. Come on. I know there's a way you can, like, kill him without actually killing him. It's only useful to grind souls. But you like... What? Anyway, you hold down as soon as you spawn, and you'll fall off the edge, but then he'll come with you. So you'll die as he dies, so it won't actually count as killing him, but you'll get the souls. Why is that hitbox like that? I don't understand. Yeah, the stun attack is really easy to get out of. You just mash the attack button. There's nothing special to it. I don't know what the attack button is on keyboard. Is it? I'm assuming it's left click? Does that not work? I don't know why there would be a difference between keyboard and controller if that doesn't work. Check it out. No, why did you do that there? That's weird. I don't know. Why wouldn't that work? Can you map a single action to multiple keys? Because you might be able to have multiple attack buttons. Oh, come on. What? I don't understand that hitbox at all. I don't understand. That was dumb. On my part, not the game. Yeah, my hands are in the wrong spot. Okay. I was scratching my nose. Oh, I'm good at the game, I promise. I definitely didn't just miss 3 attacks. 2 attacks, whatever. Same number, basically. Good, yes. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't like how the fireball seems to vary in the distance that it orbits. Because, like, at some points, you can just, like, walk. You have, like, a pretty good margin of error to stay between the servant and the fireball. But there are other times where it's just, like that. I had to be literally against the servant to avoid taking damage from the fireball. It's really weird. What was that hitbox? Dude. 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 I mean, I play games on controller because I don't like having carpal tunnel. I tried to avoid using mouse and keyboard as much as possible. The only time I'll use a keyboard is when I want to type, which granted is pretty often, but when I'm not playing games on keyboard, that's a huge amount of time that I'm not breaking my wrists. I'm not tunneling my carpals. Bow has 4 phases? I thought they only had... Get away from the edge. Why do you run in huge arcs? I thought they each only had 2 phases. Well, I guess bow is kind of a combination of all of them, so that makes sense. I went the wrong way. What? Why? The fireball was literally touching him. Why did that happen? Paying attention to him and not the fireball. This is rough. Like, this isn't even difficult. Okay, well... Again, you'd think I'd be good at this by now. What? I don't understand. Why is that arc so big? You can't see it. I'm holding my finger up in a weight, like a weight position, you know? Like, wait a sec. Alright, I'll go with it. Whatever. I don't remember if the bow silent servant uses the bow at all. Or anything like the bow. What? I don't understand what causes him to use the swing instead of the thrust. It seems like it should be based entirely on positioning. If you're in front of him, he thrusts. If you're not, he does that. But instead, it's like sometimes, even if you are in front of him, he'll decide to do the swing. Maybe it's like there's a certain radius, and it's just different from what I expect. I don't know. Alright. Alright. That's cool. Just gonna go ahead and... Not worth it anymore. No, it's not even that it's precise, because it's not at all. It is a very large margin that you have to... Like, see, I was barely even in front of him for that. But it's just different from what I expect. I'm like, oh, it's wide, so I can stand here. But it's not that wide. You know? Okay, well, that's... What? It's not worth it anymore. I mean, it's... I don't know, it's pretty easy to do if you just, like, pay attention. Unfortunately, I'm bad at that, even when doing a ridiculously difficult challenge like this. But yeah, I know what you mean. I hate how large the variance for where the fireball can be is. Or how close the fireball can be to the servant is. Maybe I should just be, like, really careful with my attack opportunities. Because I am being really greedy. I'm attacking a lot. Granted, it's because I have no damage whatsoever. But I'm still being really greedy with it. Ugh. Just, like, run away sometimes. Take a breath, then get back into it. That might also be a good strategy. Just be real careful about it. Alright, that's cool, I guess. Alright, getting there. Real close to done. Just need to be careful. Alright, good timing. Yeah, I do stream with OBS. I used to use Streamlabs OBS, but there were a lot of problems I was having with that. It just wasn't working very well. Hey, Letty. Hold on, I will read what you said soon. Okay, get out. Get out. Oh, come on. What? Why? Why? What as in I'm stupid, not what as in why did the game do that? That's not the button I meant to press. In fact, I honestly don't know what I pressed to switch that to know. Hello, Tika and Gunther the dogs. Oh. I don't think that that attack actually does damage. I'm pretty sure it just stuns you. Why did the fireball do that? I don't get that at all. No, Tika's a cat? I thought they were both dogs. Reading chat during this is extremely difficult. Oh, come on. So it can deal physical damage if you're just in that exact tiny spot. I'm dead. Yeah, okay. YouTube is way better. I hate Twitch's business practices. Sorry. I needed to take a mental reset. I hate Twitch's business practices, mostly with the exclusivity. The exclusivity clause that you need to make money on there is really dumb. Because either way, like, you're bringing stuff to their platform. Twitch treats you more like an employee and less like an uploader, which makes sense because you're making money from them. But it's also kind of annoying because, like, you're just uploading stuff to their website. You're not literally working for them. You are content creating for them, sure. But I don't know. I think I just prefer how YouTube does it. Just like, yeah, if you get ads, if you get people to watch ads, we'll give you money. But Twitch is like, well, you see, if you make content for us, and you do these very specific things, and you don't use the content here with anyone else in this specific way, then we'll give you money. On top of, you know, all the other scandals that have happened with Twitch. Plus, YouTube has a much better, like, archive system. I really don't like how Twitch does it. I like the YouTube interface more. I just really don't like Twitch. I also use YouTube for all of my other content, so having Twitch just for streams seems a bit superfluous, you know? What? Why did the fireball do that? Get out! Oh my god. I'm excited for the Direct. I really hope we get something cool. I really hope we get Breath of the Wild 2 stuff. That's what I'm hoping for. But also, like, maybe some cool indie game or something. I would say Car Quest 2 if I wasn't already in contact with Ezone. Dude. I mean, even in a non-money way, Twitch will probably get you more viewership, like, in the short term, just because it's so much less saturated. But, you know, it doesn't already have all the videos for you to compete against while live streaming. It's just live streams, right? But I also feel like YouTube... I like everything about YouTube, not just... And, you know, I'm not doing this for views or anything. I'm doing it for the archive and just because I enjoy doing it, so... Yeah, no, it's not a Pokemon Direct. It's a full-on Nintendo Direct. It's at 2 o'clock. I wonder what we'll see. I don't know what Nintendo has. We'll probably get something on Kirby that's coming out in, like, just over a month. We'll hopefully get something on Breath of the Wild 2, even if it's small. I'm really hoping for, like, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, something like that on Switch. I doubt that we'll get that at all, but I really want it, so I'm still gonna hope for it. They said they didn't have any plans to do it when they were asked, you know, in interviews and whatever, but I can dream. How exactly did you manipulate them to not stun you? Because it seems like, it seems like they do it pretty regularly. Like, do they not stun you if you just stay close the entire time? You just gotta be, like, really aggressive about it? Okay. I appreciate the subscription. Get away from the edge. Stop running in such wide circles, dude. That's hit. Alright. I was really close to him and he still did the stun, so I don't know how you'd go about manipulating this. Alright. You'd think I'd be good at this by now. You'd be incorrect. I don't know, stop doing circles. Just run towards me. It's really not that hard, man. Or whatever the heck you are. I am so surprised I didn't get hit there. Okay. It's a bit more of a strategy than... Dude. Why am I bad? Why am I bad? Yeah, the delays too. Alright. I wonder if we'll get any, like, anything else for NSO. I doubt it, because we just got Nintendo 64 and all that. Dude, alright. But, I don't know. We might get a new 64 game announcement or something, too. Like, a big one. I don't know what other big 64 games there would be to put on NSO right now, though. I mean, the stun is beneficial. I don't want them to not use the stun. But I'm just curious as to how you did it. Like, see, I can get 6 free hits every time they do the stun. Why? Why such big circles? Why? Why? Makes positioning you way harder than it needs to be. Out just for safety. Take it out. Third fireball. Good, good. I love that you use the stun then and not just before then. That's my favorite thing. I need you to not be on the edge of the arena. Take it out. Okay, this is good. Progress. Progress. Very, very good progress. Now, honestly, I really don't know what I want from Nintendo right now. From the Direct, other than, like, Breath of the Wild 2. Yes! Ah, finally. Can you pay Mr. 3? Pay you 3? Pay you 3 what? I'm confused. Oops, excuse me. I'm gonna do the hookshot one because I think that one's gonna be easier. The bomb one probably won't be that bad. Does the bomb one have circling things? I don't remember. Did I do it? Did I just do that without getting hit? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. Where do I want to go? I want to go this way. Oh, yeah. I just got the notification for it. Oops. What? Wait, you can walk over that? Wrong button. Trying to use my phone in one hand and the controller in the other. So by spin around attack, do you mean like the swipe? Because there's a thrust attack and then there's a swipe attack, right? Is the swipe what allows him to do the stun? Yeah, I know. I was messing with you, Lundy. Oh my god, Russia. The entire country of Russia is in the chat right now. Imagine. All right. I love that I just, like, can't hurt him right now. That's my favorite thing about this run. I feel like this is going to be much easier just because he doesn't have the spinnies. I wasn't looking at the screen. Bloody, this is your fault. I was trying to read your chat. Yeah, go ahead. I don't think not banning a single chat bot is gonna... Hitbox? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Is it like, if he does a swipe on top of a certain number of attacks? Because, like, okay, let me explain that better. Is it like he does a certain number of attacks and then a stun is queued for the next time he does a swipe? Or if he does a swipe, it's like, can stun is an option. What? What just happened? What was that? Was that weird, like... Okay, well, I'll go with it. I'm gonna order Jimmy John's later, so I can eat Jimmy John's while watching the Nintendo Direct. Oh yeah, okay. Now that you mentioned that there's a correlation between the two, it's really obvious. I just wasn't paying attention to it at all. Jimmy John's have really good sandwiches. If you've never had Jimmy John's, you're missing out. Completely unrelated to anything that's been said on the stream, other than me wanting Jimmy John's. But, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, there's a Boolean that's like can stun, and then if that's true, and then he does a swipe attack, then he will always stun, sort of thing. If so many moves have been done, and also has swiped, then stun. Yeah, that seems to be what it is. Oh, come on. That was dumb. I shouldn't have got hit by that. That is profound. Tell Tika that they should be a poet. I am horrified of the Lord of Doors fight. It's like, I know it really well, because I spent hours doing it in the original world. But I'm still really bad at it, and it's still super stressful and really high intensity the whole time. Because, like, you need to pay attention to exactly where every single punch is. Because he'll do like a left punch, right punch, and then a slam, right? I think it's left and then right. It doesn't really matter. But you need to go to the opposite of that, and you need to pay attention every single time, because sometimes he'll stop his combo and then start it again, so you'll need to do like 2 left in a row or whatever. It's horrifying. It's not hard, it's just you need to pay a lot of attention for a very long time, so it's gonna be stressful. Dude, hitboxes don't exist here. Sorry. This guy seems to have a lot more health than the fire guy as well. Okay, that was totally my fault. I'll concede that. I wonder if the slam hitbox size is the same as okay, I went the wrong way. Is the same as the brute's slam attack. You know, I don't remember who I'm talking about. I don't pay attention. Oh, Lord of Doors. I forgot what I was talking about. Alright, I need to... The hitbox on that is not wonky, but it's different than what I expect every single time, because it's really easy to avoid. So I expect it to be smaller than it actually is. It's the exact same problem that I have with making him do the thrust attack. It's easy to do, but it's smaller than I expect because it's easy to do, which ironically makes it harder, so it being easy makes it difficult. Because I'm in video games. Nope. Okay, swipe and then stun. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I went the wrong way, but that's fine. Okay, so theoretically, swipe and then stun. Alright, yeah, I can use that to get a lot of attacks, actually. Okay, swipe and then stun. Hey, Clark. Yeah, this fight is much more enjoyable than the fire one. The fire one makes me cry inside. This one is just pattern recognition, which is really fun for me. I really like pattern recognition fights like this. Might be why I like Dark Souls so much, because that entire game is just pattern recognition. That might actually be partially why I don't like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 as much as the other ones. Because there's a lot more randomness to those games. Oh. Well, I mean, it depends on how often I play. If I don't do it today, then I'm gonna have to wait until next Sunday, because that's when I get a day off work. So, oh, wasn't expecting that. I do like how you're just completely safe in the middle. Oh. Okay, come on. Okay. That was not what I was expecting to do. Ah! I was trying to get him to swipe and I stopped paying attention. Wait, whatever. This is the one. I can taste it. He has so much health. Honestly, I'm enjoying this. 50 minutes for 2 fights. Overcoming a challenge like this, honestly, because I know I can do it now, and I am making stupid mistakes, it's not as satisfying, but it's still incredibly satisfying to overcome a challenge like this, which is entirely why I'm doing it. It's the individual fights for me that give me the satisfaction, not necessarily finishing the entire challenge. Who knows, maybe I'll keep the pattern up and get 2 each hour and do bow today. Before hour 2, or at hour 2, I suppose. I'm gonna get him swipe. Bunch of free attacks. Yeah, I get it. I mean, again, I call myself bad at video games all the time. I'm not great. Bad might be a stretch. But I also don't like saying that I'm good at anything, because that makes me feel like I'm being up my own ass, so excuse my French. Yeah, I mean, executing is the hard part, right? Well, most of the time anyway. Actually, speaking of Dark Souls 1, I feel like execution is the easy part. Once you know how to play Dark Souls 1 and you know patterns and everything, it's a pretty easy game. Like, learning is the hardest part of Dark Souls 1. I've beat the game God knows how many times, but my second playthrough was only like 12 hours, as opposed to my first playthrough's 50. So, you know, not a hard game, but one that's tough to get the hang of. Hard to learn, hard to master, sort of thing. Swipe and stun. Give me those free attacks. He only did like 3 attacks between those 2 stuns, though he did also do the grapple, so I don't know. The stun delay might be entirely time-based and not even attack-based. Let's see if I can get him a stun here. Oh yeah, okay. It seems to be time-based then. Because otherwise that was only like 2 or 3 attacks. I don't want to choke here. I'm going to be a bit more careful. Because it's real close to the end. Swipe and stun. Stun. I feel like there should be some grapple attacks that make him go through the middle, to make that not just stand there in the middle for a few seconds of the attack. Oh, I was not expecting a swipe. I should have been, but, you know. That was close. Okay, he's gonna swipe and stun. Let's go. That one was close. And not even because it was difficult, just because I made dumb mistakes the whole time. I hate that I can't even use these. The hookshot attack is my favorite attack in the game. But I just can't use it. Sad. Makes dealing with grunts a whole lot easier. I think it stuns anyway, I don't remember. I should use rolling attacks more often in my casual playthroughs. Right, I think I remember where the bomb silencer is. Wait, no, not down here. You'd think I'd know the layout of the graveyard by now, for how often you have to come here during the game. I feel like the Steadhone fight is going to be just absurdly difficult, just because of his ads. Like, yeah, they die in one strong attack hit, but also, there are so many of them. So I don't know how difficult that'll end up being. Yeah, I did remember. Let's go. Oh, I thought that would heal me. Oh well. It can't be that hard. Oh, okay. Can't be that hard. So does he bomb after every attack? Oops, that's gonna be another swipe. I have no idea what causes him to do the bomb. Ooh, dude, calm down. Why is he being so... He's just hacking so quickly. Hey, Bishop, how's it going? I gotta do ASMR now. Hey, Bishop, how's it going? Hope this will suffice for the daily ASMR. Daily? The streamly... Streamly? I guess that would technically be an adjective, but I don't know if it works as a temporal adjective. Temporal is an adjective that describes the time. I don't know what the proper term for that is. Anyway. What? We're good. That's a problem. Oh, I'm alive. I wasn't expecting that. It seems like he only bombs just before or just after normal attacks. So, like, stun does not cause him to do a bomb. Ah! Or he can't do a bomb during the stun. At least not yet. It doesn't feel like there's much of a pattern. Actually, it might just be at the beginning of every attack. Or, like, during certain phases. I don't know. During certain points of his phases. And by his phases, I mean his specific animations. Like, during his running animation. Or his running phase. I walked into that one. During his running around phase, or his chase phase, there's, like, a specific point where he'll do a bomb. Or, like, at the beginning of every attack, there's a chance it'll do a bomb, and the chance increases as the fight goes on. Sort of thing. Yeah, all the work. You've banned how many chatbots? Like one? I was doing CarQuest runs, Bishop, but I decided to pivot to this because I kept screwing up tutorial jumps. I didn't want to get demoralized. Like, I restarted 5 runs just because I messed up a tutorial jump. Two, and then Lumpy did one that I thought was you, but it was actually Lumpy. Right, just wait. And it's done. Yeah. I get it. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Just do commentary over it. It'll be fine, Bishop. It'll be easy. Okay, well. I really wish his bombs could hurt him. A la Earnwitch. Okay, I should be able to make him stun now. What? I'm just bad at the video game at this point. "100% runs aren't that bad. You just need to have a route. Normally the tricks aren't even that difficult, especially compared to any percent. Or low percent, knowing you. Stop doing this. Okay, I'm gonna make him stun. What? Ah! Steam, no! Steam, why did you do that? What the... I'm mad. I'm going offline. Where's the go offline button? I think I need to close the game to do that. I'm actually mad about that one. That was 100% not your fault, Andy. That was 100% Steam. That has never happened before. I have no idea why that did that. Well, I mean, you don't consider most tricks in any percent to be bad, Bishop, so... Your definition of bad and my definition of bad are very different in this context. Well, I'm good at the game sometimes. When Steam doesn't decide that it wants to be... you know, Steam. What is that radius? Hold on. Now I'm confused, because I feel like that radius was a bit too big. Like, I feel like that one was just as close as that last one, but I didn't get hit by that one. That totally would have been it, too. I'm mad. I'm not, like, actually mad, because... I don't know. It's hard for me to get actually mad, but I am frustrated and annoyed. But I'm absolutely going offline on Steam next time I stream. Dude, why are you circle? Stop. Right, slam time. That was close. What? What was that hitbox? What was that hitbox? What was that hitbox? That time I can blame the game. Or, I mean, I can also blame myself, but, you know, that's no fun. That's too honest. Because I'm a very dishonest person, I guess. Definitely still not as hard as fire. And almost definitely not nearly as hard as bow. So, you know. Considering bow also has fire's attack. Bishop. Have you tried just not getting hit? Yes, in fact, I'm doing that right now. I was expecting slam. I was one off on my estimation. Wait. Okay, that was close. Be more careful. Yeah, this fight is a lot more reactionary than the grapple one, just because he has this phase. Okay, well, that's cool. Okay, swipe. Stun. Don't think he's gonna stun. That's free attacks. I might have accidentally sounded like I said free. I meant to say 3. Stun? Let's go. Just gotta juke him. That's all that phase is. Juking him. Get juked, nerd. Okay, I should be able to get a stun. Stun? Let's go. Free attacks. How are you not dead? There we go. Okay. Finally. That one was only 10 minutes, as opposed to the other two, which were approximately 30 minutes apiece. I think it was like 20 minutes and then 40 minutes, actually. Was it that long? It didn't feel that long. Also doesn't feel like I've been playing for an hour and 10 minutes, so, you know. Right. I believe the bow servant is in the spider dungeon place, so I'll head down there. Mario Party minigame? I don't know what Mario Party minigame that is, but I would like to play it. It's a very fun Mario Party minigame. I don't remember how to get to the spider dungeon. I remember how to get to the spider dungeon. I'm smart. I promise. It's very warm in my room, but it's like, if I turn off my heater, I'll be uncomfortable. So it'll be like uncomfortably cold, so it's just a predicament. I don't remember playing Mario Party with you, Bishop. Have we played before? I'm gonna do my best to not awaken any spiders. I'll almost definitely have to wake up a bunch. Oh god. Yep. Oh god. No, you don't want this. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's right. I forgot that we did that. Hey guys. Oh good. That's fun. Spiders' movement is really weird. I think they're the... Oh, good. I think they're the only enemy that can, like, that can intentionally walk off cliffs. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. I think my favorite thing about Jimmy John's, completely unrelated, my favorite thing about Jimmy John's, oh, it's right there, is their cookies. Their cookies are really good. They have really, really good sandwiches, but they're cookies. I have Dash Pass because I use DoorDash pretty much every week. And it's actually cheaper to get 2 cookies instead of just 1 because of shipping costs with the whole Dash Pass thing. So every time I get Jimmy John's, I get a small sandwich, or like a normal sandwich. I guess it's not small. I get a normal sandwich with 2 cookies because it's cheaper, and it's great. They have great cookies. I'm not sponsored by Jimmy John's. I just really like Jimmy John's. They have very good sandwiches, better than Subway. Subway has better hot sandwiches, mainly because Jimmy John's doesn't have hot sandwiches. Oh, my Domino sandwich last night, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Domino sandwiches are also really good, but Jimmy John's sandwiches are better. Domino sandwiches are better than their pizza. Though it might just be because I'm burnt out on pizza. I've had... Pizza's been like a... Oh my god. Oh, I forgot about this. Isn't there a Mace Night in here? Anyway, pizza's always been the de facto, like, reward food for me. And, like, I don't have pizza very often. Like, even now that I can buy my own food and whatever. Like, at birthday parties and whatever, we'd always have pizza as a kid. So I've just kind of been burnt out on pizza over the years. Like, I don't dislike pizza or anything. Just I don't want it very often. Oh good, spiders. My favorite. Nerd. Huh? Maybe I should just get the whirly guy to kill these guys for me. Huh? Seems to be pretty effective. No! Okay, there we go. I might eventually get Dying Light 2. I don't know, it seems like a game that would be fun. Oh no, I forgot these guys existed. Don't they explode when I kill them? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to be real careful about that. It's 3 hits. Okay. Or, I mean, it's 4 hits with normal attacks, I guess. Okay, but it doesn't do damage immediately, so I just need to run. I wonder what they're gonna show at the E3, or E3. What? Why did my brain go to E3? My brain's like, Nintendo Direct, that's a presentation. E3 is a video game presentation. They're basically the same thing. This is a very long gauntlet. Oh, these are just guardians, or guardian grunts. So they should only have, they should die in 2 hits. 3 hits! It was 3 hits! I lied. Okay. But, like, there are a lot of games that are like, I'll probably eventually play that. And, like, I just haven't. Like, 2033, Cyberpunk. Oh, it's the big spider, that's right. Cyberpunk was one of those games that was like, I'll probably play it eventually. And I have it. I just haven't played it, because I don't have any interest in it. Red Dead Redemption 2 is another game like that. I don't have Red Dead Redemption 2, but I have no interest in playing it. I would like to see Splatoon 3 updates, yeah. But also, I kind of want to... I really hope Splatoon 3 has more emphasis on the single player, because I really liked the single player of 2. Especially Octo Expansion. Octo Expansion was so much fun. I loved Octo Expansion. Okay, there's that guy. This really is just gotta be careful. Stop jumping! I walked into that Olympus. Oh. Spiders are the worst. Spiders are the worst. They have 4 legs, but they're spiders. Trust me. Would you stop? Come on. I swear. Spiders are so annoying. You don't need to kill the other 2. Run. Oops. Isopods? Don't isopods also have 8 legs? They are a lot more isopodal than spider-like. But, you know, it's fine. Is isopodal... Is this another gauntlet? No, this one's just a puzzle. Okay. I don't wanna fight the spiders in here, so I'm just gonna be careful about getting my mana back. Okay, that should be good. I don't need 4. Oops, wrong one. Alright. Final Silent Servant. This one seems bigger. I think this one's bigger. Either that or the platform's much smaller. I don't know, there feels like some size difference. I don't remember what isopods look like. I don't I'm not a marine biologist. I don't look at isopods very frequently. Yeah. It's done? Yeah, it's done. This is gonna take so long. Why am I doing this with 1 health? Like, I feel like I should just go into this with full health from the beginning. I've never played a video game, Letty, actually. Are they fun? I've heard good things about them. Oh, that radius is bigger than I was expecting. Alright. I'm gonna get the second try. Guaranteed. It's done? It's done. Honestly, don't know where you're getting Mario Party minigame. What Mario Party minigame looks anything like this? Or has any relation to anything that is going on right now whatsoever? Stun? Stun. It seems like he does start using bombs during stun though, so I gotta be careful about that. But aren't video games bad for your brain? I don't understand where that sentiment came from. Video games being like brain rotting or whatever, because that's very much not true. Most of what I've learned has come from video games, and that's like not even an exaggeration. A large portion of what I know is how to learn, and all of that came from video games. I learned how to learn from video games. Which is a very, very difficult thing to teach. I'm doing really bad. Stun? No, okay, good. I have to be very careful of the bomb. Oh, we're playing Mario Party 5 right now? That makes sense. I wasn't expecting this. Alright. I was totally ready to just sit there in the middle for a couple seconds while he did the zoomies. But then that didn't happen, and I got scared. Well, I mean, it's not even... Like, I feel like in concept, most people think that video games are good. But, like, there's so much that you can learn from video games that you wouldn't expect to have any, like, anything to teach. Like, Call of Duty... I did not mean to say it like that. I'm very focused on the fight. Like, Call of Duty and other shooters, whatever, will teach strategy and quick thinking skills. It teaches... You know, or it's a good way to train hand-eye coordination. Like, there's just a lot of good to be found in most video games. In a game like this, like even outside the philosophical teaching with how it treats death, like the literal concept of death, not the character. um, like it's just a good way to like it again, you know, hand-eye coordination is a big thing with most video games. Teaches again quick thinking, strategy, observation, pattern recognition. Of course, not all video games are going to be able to teach you anything really, but as a rule, I think video games being at least somewhat beneficial is viable, right? And I mean, of course, there's only so much that it can teach you. Like, for me, I'm not going to be learning much from video games anymore, other than, like, how to do that specific video game. But, like, I learned how to read mostly through video games, specifically Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time is what got me to read, right? A lot of my imagination, whatever, and creativity came from video games. I wouldn't be a creative person today if it weren't for video games making me want to do YouTube, or even wanting to program, right? I wouldn't know how to program if I didn't get in video games at a young age. All right. I mean, yeah, I guess it is really hard to generalize something as broad as video games, but again, as a rule, I think in general, most video games do have positive qualities. Of course, there's too much you can have too much of anything, right? So of course, if you're only playing video games, you're not gonna learn the practical side of what you're learning. But it is a good way to learn those things, to have those skills for real life scenarios. I think every new medium is maligned by conservative, or not even, traditionalists. That's the word I want to use. By traditionalists. Just because, like, well, I mean, they're traditionalists, but I think they're traditionalists specifically because they're scared of, like, what changes can cause, right? Like, it makes sense to be afraid of change. But there's also the side of me that fully embraces it, which is generally what takes precedence for me. I think change is better than no change in almost every context, as long as the change itself isn't for the worse. Like books were maligned pretty extensively when they first, like when printing presses became common and all that, because people were reading books instead of spending time with their family, quote unquote, sort of thing, you know? I mean, television was revolutionary, but then it got maligned because it makes people sit on their butt and not think all the time. Come on. Yeah, change leads to the unknown, leads to change leads to misunderstanding, which leads to the unknown, which is the basis of all fear, right? Some countries like ban books as a whole, or just like specific books. Because like I understand specific books, you know, like especially like extremist stuff and extremist countries, that would make sense that they would ban books, some books, but like books as a whole, sort of thing. I'm doing so bad immediately. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat this guy within the next half an hour. I was expecting a stun. This is so stressful. Oh, come on. That was totally 100% my stupidity. But it still hurts. This ball, this floating ball here is aggressive. Oh, that was once again my stupidity. Oh, right, like banning all but their religious text sort of thing. As someone who studies religion and theology and all that for fun, I get it. I understand why they do stuff like that, even outside of just having control over the entire population sort of thing. But also, it's ridiculous. And like someone who came out of religion, like I totally understand the hostility towards anything outside of it. But, you know, tricked you into doing a gang sign? Which one? You know what? When I say which one, don't expect me to know it just by you saying it, because I don't know gang signs. I saw people do the blood one a lot in school because, I don't know, honestly, I don't know why people do it. Because it was high school, I guess. But that's pretty much the only gang sign that I know. This is a problem. This is less of a problem than I was expecting it to be. Damn it. Stun? Stun. Almost died. Swipe and stun. Stun. This is fear. I'm trying to read chat, but I'm also trying to not die, so you'll have to forgive me. Okay, well, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I really like the philosophical and whatever conversations. I like conversations that go beyond surface level, right? Especially in a context like this where I'm just playing a video game, we're vibing, whatever. So yes, that is a very solar thing to do, though, to talk about, to bring video games somehow to religion. Though I could have done it much more directly, because like this game, its base is Jewish Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. So I could just be talking about Death's Door and then immediately go to Kabbalah and then Christianity and then talk about how Christianity bad or something. That's too much of a generality. Christianity itself isn't necessarily bad, you know, if you use it to cope, whatever. But evangelicalism bad. I like thinking a lot. I think that's my favorite thing. Yeah, Letty, just so you know, if Pug was here, he would absolutely use the nerd emoji. Pug uses the nerd emoji a lot. It's funny. I mean, it depends on the context. Like, for some people, yeah, political and religious conversations are hard to have because they're sensitive about it. But if you're talking to the right people in the right context and you're just talking about it like as a conversation piece and not as a, you know, what's the word? And not as a actual like debate or whatever. I've had casual conversations about religion with people, especially people who aren't sensitive about their religion or political ideologies. So I feel like sensitive is not the right word to use in this context, but you know. Yeah, generalities are generally, fittingly, a bad thing in almost every context, though they can be helpful for brevity at the very least. Okay, I think I'm doing better. Why is the radius on that so big? One and stone. I mean, there are concepts that are unequivocally bad, or not unequivocally, but inarguably bad. I mean, I guess it depends on your moral framework and your point of view, but like there are concepts that I can say definitively are bad from my perspective and within my beliefs. Even regardless of how practitioners use the idea, right? Or the concepts, whatever. Like, for instance, cults are bad. Anything that is a cult is bad. Because for it to be a cult, definitionally, it needs to control behavior, it needs to control your information, it needs to control your thoughts in some way, it needs to control your emotions, which that's the bite model if you don't know. But that if anything controls you to that level for any reason whatsoever, it is a bad thing. Again, fully in my opinion. I can totally understand why, like, it might be good, like therapy, for instance. It can control those things in some capacity, but not in a way that's specifically trying to manipulate you, right? So like therapy wouldn't be defined as a cult. Does that make sense? Because like some cults, yes, they're there, quote unquote, to help you. Like that's their point. Like even if the leader of the cult believes that they're there to help you, it's still a cult, which makes it still bad, regardless, right? No, I'm saying specifically that therapy is not a cult. Though I suppose, depending on how you define it, therapy could be a cult. Or it could be cult-ish. Your therapist could be a cult leader. You don't know. This is true. The bishop was not paying attention. Well, I mean, not necessarily. Like, it's entirely possible to find most religions as a cult, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Like, arguably, you know, even really light religions are cults on some levels. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head. But religion is another one for me that just is bad. Well, let me rephrase that. Faith as a whole, in my opinion, is a bad thing. Believing anything for any reason that isn't backed up by, you know, reason. Faith as a whole is a bad thing, in my opinion, because baseless beliefs are not only pointless, but can actively be detrimental, even if that's not the intention. So as a rule, anything that requires faith is bad, in my opinion. That's a much better example. Because, yeah, cult is generally considered a bad thing. Just definitionally. This phase, I am never going to get this phase down. This attack, I mean. Ah. Oh, come on. I mean, Jehovah's Witness is a cult. Evangelicalism is a cult. Actually, most Christian denominations are cults. And I mean, I guess it depends on the individual churches, but most churches and denominations are cults, especially ones that, you know, purity culture itself could be considered a cult. Because it's behavior control. They're trying to force you to not have premarital sex. There's information control. They're trying to tell you that sex before marriage is a bad thing. A lot of them lie about how condoms are actually bad and ineffective and all that. Thought control is trying to make you think that sex before marriage is a bad thing, of course, and they try to make you like reject it entirely. Emotional control is pretty obvious, I think. Well, yeah, it's impossible to know everything, but it's a lot better to say I don't know than to believe something for no reason. It's a lot more intellectually honest. It's a lot more scientifically minded. It's a lot more healthier too, and it's a lot less primed to be converted into conspiratorial thinking. Any sort of faith is immediately opening your mind to conspiratorial thinking whatsoever. Like, if you believe one conspiracy theory, you know, baselessly, if you believe anything baselessly, it immediately means you're more primed to believe anything baselessly. You know, and it's different levels for different people. But I think requiring solid reason to believe anything is just a good practice on the face of it. Faith is dangerous, like unequivocally, or inarguably, faith is dangerous, is a dangerous thing. And of course, it's different for different people. It might be more helpful for someone than it is dangerous. Like, they might just believe in an afterlife and that helps them cope with their fear of death and depression, whatever. And they don't immediately, you know, or they're not more primed to believe any conspiracies because that sort of thing that they take entirely off of faith. But then for another person, it helps them cope with depression, but also now they're anti-vaxxers because they're more open to conspiratorial thinking, right? So it's not dangerous for everyone, but it is dangerous, sort of thing. Like caffeine, right? For some people, they get addicted to caffeine, and then, you know, and bad things happen because of it. But for some people, they can have a cup of coffee every couple weeks, and they're just fine off of it. Or alcohol. Alcohol is a much better example. Some people are alcoholics. Some people can restrain themselves and only have, you know, a glass or two. And I'm not just talking out my ass. Like, this is all backed up by data, by statistics and all that. I promise. I've gotten this information from proper scientists. Why didn't he stun? Was he not in the stun animation? I'm pissed. Well, yeah, I need to. I know faith is not meant to be scientific. That's what's bad about it. And faith. Okay, let's see. What's a good way to put this? Believing something while not understanding it and having faith are very different things. You can believe that gravity works without understanding, you know, Newton's laws and all that. That makes sense. You can see gravity, but you don't understand how it works. You can see people getting sick, put together that, oh, I was close to that person and I got sick, therefore there must be some reason that we can't see. And sure, that came up with miasma, but now we have, you know, like microscopic pictures of bacteria. So germ theory is like something that everyone believes in despite not understanding it completely, right? Or even evolution. Like, most people believe in evolution despite not understanding even the first thing other than things mutate, right? And like, yes, we believe things, we base things on faith before science, but generally, notice that things got much better when we stopped doing that and started using science. It can bolster creativity, but science can also do that very, very well. I know from experience. I need to pay more attention to the video game. And sure, you're allowed to believe things that aren't true. No one's gonna stop you, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. You're allowed to be an alcoholic. No one's gonna stop you. I mean, people might try to stop you, but it's not like you're disallowed from doing things that are harmful. And I'm not gonna say, oh, you shouldn't have any faith whatsoever. I'm just saying, personally, I don't think that you should have faith. So take that with how much merit you give me, you know? I believe it is inherently bad because it is inherently dangerous. There are a lot of good things that can be dangerous. Like, for instance, basically every drug is inherently dangerous, but it inarguably creates more good than harm, right? Faith creates more harm than good. Again, this is backed by studies I've read. I can't cite them off the top of my head, but I will. If I ever do something proper on this, I will cite studies and surveys and all that. And what I mean by, I'm not saying that faith is anti-establishment, or I'm not saying that, I'm saying that if you have faith, you are more likely to believe conspiracies. Just because those two are interlinked, right? Because they're very similar. They're relatively basically understand or believing something. Having faith in a person saying something, that's like, for instance, if I told you I was sick, but I was showing no symptoms whatsoever, you wouldn't have any reason to believe me, right? If I say, oh, I have a fever, and I'm like actually acting clammy, and all that, you know, then there's good reason to believe me. But if I seem perfectly fine and I say I have a fever, I'm not sweaty, I'm not clammy, I'm acting completely normal, then you have no reason to believe me, right? In fact, you have reason to disbelieve me, is a better way to put that. I'm trying to respond to these every time I get a chance to look over. I disagree. I take everything. I do not believe in anything that I don't have evidence for. I don't believe in a God. That's not to say I believe there is no God. Those are very, very different things. It's not that I believe there is no God. It's that I do not believe there is a God because I have no evidence for that, and I have evidence against that. Like, for instance, or at least specific gods. Like, I believe there is no Christian God. I believe the Christian God is not real because there's, you know, errors in the Bible. Or I believe there is no Islamic God because there are errors in the Quran. But I don't believe that there is no God. I just do not believe in a God. That is a very, very important distinction. And again, you can have faith. If it helps you, that's great. That's awesome. Use it. But as a rule, it is more negative than positive. Just because of how psychology works. Why did he do that? He changed animations. Trust is different than faith, though. That is also a very important distinction. And, like, that's also a pretty big leap from going from a guy telling you, oh, hey, last night I was in the shower and no one could see me or back this up, but I had an angel show up in the shower and suck me off. Like, you're not going to believe that, because there's no reason to believe that. And there's reasons to not believe that, such as that literally never happening before. But if someone says they have a fever, it makes sense to trust them on that, especially if they're showing symptoms, because fevers happen. We know fevers happen. We don't know that there is a God. So believing that there is a God is a completely different issue from having trust in someone not lying to you, right? Having faith in evidence, that's a ridiculous statement. Like, evidence is definitionally not based on faith. Like, for instance, all evidence that's proper evidence goes through scrutiny, right? There's reason to believe it. I have no reason to believe in a God, so I don't. But I believe that evolution is true because all the evidence we have of it has been heavily scrutinized. There's no reason to just believe that a fossil we find is real, right? Like people have stitched together fossils. A random farmer found a pig tooth and thought it was the tooth of a prehistoric man. But there was no reason to believe that, right? So believing that would be ridiculous. But they did let's say for Lucy, right? We know Lucy is an Australopithecus, I think. I don't remember. We know Lucy is an ape because we've done heavy research on it. So we have reason to believe those things. We have reason to believe that the evidence is trustworthy. But we have no reason to believe in a God. That's why it's faith. If there's no reason, then it's faith. If there is any reason whatsoever, then it's taking your chances. And of course, it's impossible to 100% know anything. So that's why I don't know is a very good answer to a lot of questions, especially when you don't know the answer. I don't know is a lot more respectable to me than I have faith. It's a lot more intellectually honest. It's a lot more scientific. It's a lot more helpful to the conversation. On top of, faith causing a lot more problems than I believe in evolution. Or, I'm just using evolution as an example, because that's one thing that clashes with a lot of religions in at least some way. Well, it's not that it's not dangerous is bad, because that's not true. Because again, like medicine is dangerous. That doesn't mean it's bad, because it causes more good than harm. It's that faith does cause more harm than good. That's why it's bad, right? Faith is bad because it causes more harm than good. Medicine, despite it being dangerous, causes more good than harm. Therefore, it's not bad. I might clip that. That's an interesting conversation. Just because it created good things doesn't, yeah, it can create good things. That doesn't mean it's good, right? So same concept there. Just because it's done good things doesn't mean it is good. It has done more bad things than good things. Therefore, it's bad. If it had done more good things than bad, even if it led to conspiratorial thinking. Like, if faith is what caused, you know, like, every good thing to happen, then there'd be no reason to not have it, right? What do you mean? People who have faith in religions, like, statistically are more likely to have, or to believe conspiracies. Like, that's just, that's what's the word I'm looking for? That's just a statistic that holds true. Or as an example, Christianity. People try to use faith healing instead of medicine or going to the doctor, and that causes people to get hurt. Like, that is statistically significant. Or and that is true. There are people who get hurt because of Christianity. There are people who get hurt because of Jehovah's Witness, because they don't take blood transfusions. There are people who get hurt because of, there are probably other ones. Whatever, any religion that follows purity culture, because purity culture causes negative things to happen, such as higher STD rate or rates, or higher child pregnancy rates, right? Faith does cause more bad things than good things. The only good things that faith can cause is a coping mechanism, which you can also get outside of faith. Well, I mean, it's not 100% bad. I'm not saying that. I never said that. But it is more bad than good. So I think it's more helpful to say it is bad than to say it's in a gray area. We could absolutely go without it as well, which means we would go without all the negatives, and we can get the positives elsewhere. So, like, the good it causes is insignificant as well. I believe if something causes more harm than good, it is inherently bad. Just because if it causes more harm than good, then there's no reason to have it, right? Unless that good is something we can't go without, in which case it would arguably cause more good than harm, right? The thing about language is you can't base what someone is saying exclusively on the words they use, because language is fickle. You also have to base it on, like, well, language is dumb is what I'm saying. Words don't encapsulate entire concepts. You can't just say, well, this word means this, therefore this entire concept is this one word. We need a super descriptive language. That would be really cool. It's a language that requires, like, perfect descriptiveness. It would be extremely useful. Stun? Stun. Yeah, I mean, as someone who has been personally affected by most of the negatives of faith, I think I'm more poised to have a point against it. Though also, as someone who has come from it, who has been in it, I also have reason to want to have it, you know? Like, for me, my life personally would have been a lot easier if I had just stayed Christian and had just kept my faith. But that didn't feel intellectually honest, and I value intellectual honesty over most things. Truth is extremely important to me, just, you know, as a rule. So, English is dumb. Humans are dumb. I feel like that's what we can come out with today. That's our conclusion for this live stream. Humans are stupid. And things humans have created are also stupid because humans are stupid. Yeah, that's fair, buddy. I'm never gonna do this boss. I'll continue this next time. I hope you enjoyed. What's my outro? I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Join my Discord link in the description if you're not in there. If you want to join, if you're watching the VOD or if you're lurking. I don't know how to end this.